Hello everybody, I am Sara Kernohan and I'm talking to you from CAM4animals, and we very much hope that this is going to be the first of many Coffee with CAM4animals sessions. Today I'm going to be talking to Yaz from Yorkshire Pooches Therapy. Yaz specialises in the management of pain with dogs and she uses canine massage for that. So I'd just like to welcome Yaz along because Yaz has fostered Tycho, and if you've been following CAM4animals, you will know that Tycho has really quite a story to tell. So I'm going to say hello to Yaz. Hi, Yaz.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming and having a cup of coffee with me today.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you tell me Tycho's background? How did you end up fostering Tycho? What was the story there?
So I have been volunteering with Lucky's Legacy Rescue for a fair few months now. Just being that person that they can come and pick my brain, they can come and ask me stuff. If they've got a dog that looks like it's moving a little bit funny, I can just give a little bit of advice about nutrition. I think might help. So I've been floating around in the background doing bits and pieces for them.
You've actually done some work yourself, haven't you, though, with nutrition, because I think you're associated with Door West Herbs. So
yeah, I've just done a write-up for Door West Herbs about the use of skullcap and valerian, which has just come out in their trade catalogue and pet owner catalogue as well. So you'll see my 3 dogs in there. So yeah, just done a little write-up about how I use it. And especially with fireworks season coming up, we really need to jump on those herbs. Yes. So I could talk a lot about that. But yeah, so I've been floating around with Lucky's, and I was talking to Estelle, who runs Lucky's Legacy Rescue, and obviously I'd seen this video of Tycho, and Tycho was found dragging himself through a ditch and paralysed from like the waist down.
Yeah.
And he was in a real sorry state. He had big open sores on the tops of his paws from dragging himself around, and obviously his feet just dragging on the ground. And I just saw this little video of this little dog, and my heart just broke in two. Like, the plight of Romanian dogs, it's horrific. You do see like a lot of cruelty cases. They do have it really tough, and just seeing this little chap just dragging his way through, it was just really sad. And Estelle got in touch with me and said, look, would you mind having a chat with his rescuer? Is there anything that we could do for this dog? So we arranged a FaceTime call with Do Good Romania, and we were just chatting on FaceTime, chatting for about an hour, and I was just asking questions, trying to give me an indication as best I can, can we ever regain movement in these back legs? It had been, I think, a week since he'd been found. He'd been taken to the vets, they'd done an x-ray, there was no breaks. So the vet, made an educated guess that it's likely to be a herniated disc, causing pressure on the spinal cord, which was then stopping any movement. So we were sat there, and she was on a picnic bench outside the vets because he was staying at the vets. And I said, right, I need you to, I said, it sounds awful. I said, I need you to nip his toes. I said, I need to see if he's going to respond. I said, obviously, please be mindful that he don't turn around and, give you a nip. Yeah. But at this point, there was just nothing. There were just 2 limp limbs at the back. There was nothing. So I said, right, I want you to go through each toe. And I was watching his reaction. I said, and just don't move until I tell you to. So she went, and we got to the 2nd foot, 3rd toe in, I think it was. And he looked, and I went, do that again. And she did it again, and he looked again. I said, I think he might be able to feel in that one, darling. I said, if he can feel in that one toe, I said, there's just a slither, absolute slither of hope for him. So I said, right, now what we need to do is, and I just gave her some basic techniques to be doing to try and wake up the nerves, wake up the muscles. He had very severe muscle atrophy, so that's muscle wastage, all over him, really. He hasn't eaten for a long time. And obviously when you don't use a muscle, it just kind of withers up and gets really sad. So I said, right, you need to do this. I said, you need to remind him that his legs are there. So I said, start encouraging range of movement with him. I said, it sounds daft. I said, but pretend that, I said, mimic the motions of him moving. And we were getting to the end of this phone call, and I said, look, you know, you can speak to me whenever you want. I said, just keep touching base with me. And Tycho stood up and took 2 steps on this picnic bench. So I was trying to be professional, but I nearly started crying. And I was like, oh my goodness, look at him. I said, right, okay. Because he could just about stand, but like it was front loading his weight. So that was kind of, then the fact that he sort of half took 2 steps and then he fell over again, I said, that's enough for me. I said, let's get cracking. So you have to think off the cusp a little bit. We don't have the equipment out there in Romania. Obviously, I'm giving all this information over over a video call. I said, right, you need to get a towel. I said, put it around his waist. I said, and just take that weight for him. I said, you know, that's mimicking a proper pickup sling that you can use. I said, get a towel. I said, we'll use a towel. I said, do this, you know, for 10 minutes every day. I said, you need to, as much as you can, incorporate some fresh food in there. I said, can you get to the butcher's, get some chicken wings or something? I said, we need something high in collagen, glucosamine to try and, I was like, let's say, for example, he has got a herniated disc. The disc itself has a layer of cartilage, right? If that is broken, you support cartilage by feeding cartilage. And he just went from strength to strength, and he was doddering about. It'd take, you know, it was 2 steps, next day it was 4 steps, and he'd fall over, and then he'd keep going. And then I said, like, obviously we were absolutely ecstatic that he was moving. And then Estelle got in touch with me because she knew I had a little soft spot for this little dog, and she said, oh, we really want Tycho to go into foster. We just don't think that he's ready to go to a home yet. I went, okay. Oh, right, okay. So obviously I'm going to say I want him to come and stay with me. And I said, let me have a chat with Adam. Adam, of course, said, no, we're not having any more dogs.
Yes, of course he said no.
Like, you know, we've got 3 already, you're very busy, you know. And I was like, we can't leave this little dog, you know, I've got this calling, he needs to be with me. And he I say gave in. I just think he was just like, just do what you want. But now he, of course, loves him as much as I do. Yeah. So he came to me a month ago.
Okay.
And every day doing daily rehab with him, and he's doing fantastic, and he's just about ready to fly the nest.
Wow. I'll tell you what, Yaz, actually, I think it's so lovely to hear that story. And what I'd really like to do is just give people short bite-sized chunks, actually, of the story. So shall we kind of leave this conversation there now, and then let's pick up again so that people can just watch this little bite-sized chunk, and then we'll do part 2 straight away, but we'll read that separately. No, that would be lovely. Thank you very much, Yaz. It's no,
you're more than welcome.
Just incredible to hear the story that you were doing this through a video call, and that you've obviously got really good practitioners at the other end, and he's had great veterinary support. So, you know, hats off to them. What a job.
Oh yeah, they were really receptive to what I had to say, and direction, and obviously do good, fantastic English that made it loads easier, so she could translate that to the vets as well. The plan is that I am going to go out there. I was due to go this year, but obviously COVID, so I am planning on going out there next year and getting hands on and trying to teach
what I
can when I'm out there. So
All right. Look, Yaz, let's speak again shortly. But if we
Yeah.
see the end of part 1 of the story of Tycho and his journey, thank you so much, Yaz. And
No, you're more than welcome.
we'll catch up again shortly. Bye
Yeah.
bye for now. Bye.
Bye.